guys, welcome back to Tracy's Place. Today I'm going to be making polka kielbasa fried cabbage, and that's a mouthful. Polka kielbasa fried cabbage, or some people say sauteed cabbage, and we're going to be making sweet cornbread to go with that. And it's going to be, I think it's $3.50, no more than $4 to make this meal, and you're going to be able to feed your whole family. It's 4 of us, so we're going to have a good meal. That's going to be your cabbage as your vegetable, the polka kielbasa sausage as your meat, and then you have your starch or your bread as the cornbread. So it's going to be a filling meal, and let's get started. As you can see, I've gotten things measured out, and well, not measured out because I don't measure, but everything's kind of in an array because I've basically prepared mostly everything as far as putting it in the bowl. I have here most of my cabbage, and I'm going to finish cutting up the cabbage. And what I basically did was I took out the stump here and a little bit around it too. I took out the outer leaves, and what you want to do is cut it in half and then in half again, and then from there you just want to go as big or small as you want your strips. I like my strips to be about like that. So I cut until I get to that consistency, and then I took about a half of an onion, chopped it up, and also green onion, and put it in there. It was about 4 stalks of green onion and a half of a white sweet onion. And then I have a whole polka kielbasa, a whole pack of polka kielbasa sausage cut up right there. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. I am putting the onions in first, and I have my pan already going with a little bit of oil, maybe a tablespoon of oil and 1 teaspoonful of butter. And so I'm going to get that sauteing. I'm going to get that on about 6 for right now, and just get that sauteing. Let me turn that up a little bit higher. I'm going to put that on 8. Okay. So I'm going to let that just go until we get that, you know, kind of sauteed to where it's getting soft. I'm going to try to slow down. I'm trying to do I thought about doing this video last minute because we're going to Bible study today. And let me turn the camera around. Okay. We're going to Bible study today. And there's a lot of things that I have to do, and I only have like an hour and 20 minutes until we leave. Yeah, about an hour and 20 minutes until we leave. So I'm kind of in a rush, so forgive me if I jumble up any words. But I have to get dinner ready. I'm trying to iron their clothes for school tomorrow before I leave, and pack their lunch, because I don't like to do anything after we get home from Bible study except take my shower, watch a little bit of TV, and then go to bed if possible. So let's keep going. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is go ahead and rinse my cabbage off, and then I'm going to be ready to put the sausage in with the onions when they soften just a little bit more. I like them to be a little bit more soft. So I have my cabbage all prepared. Now I am going to put my sausage in, my polka kielbasa sausage. And I'm going to get that sauteed up with the onions. And I seasoned the onions already with about a little less than 1/4 of a teaspoon of Lowry seasoning salt, like 1/8 teaspoon of salt, and a little less than 1/8 teaspoon of pepper. I don't like it too hot. So let's try to get those spread out so that they can be even across the bottom as much as possible. And I don't have my camera on the stand, so please forgive me if this is a little shaky. But we're going to let that go. And I'm going to put my cabbage over here. And I'm going to go ahead and prepare my cornbread. right now. I have 1 box of Jiffy in a bowl, and I have 1/3 cup of milk, and like 1 tablespoon, a little bit less than a tablespoon of, let's say 1 teaspoon and a half of margarine. And I'm going to add I have the milk in already. I'm just going to add the margarine, and I'll get that mixed up. I don't eat eggs. I have an egg allergy, so I'm just going to put a little bit more milk in, just a touch, to get it to the consistency that I need. But really, this is so good. I mean, Jiffy is so good, it doesn't need the egg. It doesn't need the egg. It is so good without it. And I'm also going to put in 1 teaspoon of sugar. I like my cornbread a little sweet, so I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of sugar, get my cornbread prepared and in the oven, and I'll be back. All I'm going to do is mix it up with a spoon, put it in my pan. You can make muffins, or you can just have a flat pan of cornbread. And I'm just going to do the pan because I don't feel like filling the little cups of cornbread. So I'm just going to mix it up, get it in my pan, and get it into a 350-degree oven. Okay guys, I have gotten the sausage out of the pan, and I just put it in this aluminum pan for right now. With the onions and the sausage, I put it over here just to wait. And then in this pan, I kept the little bits and everything that was already in there, and I put 1/4, a little less than 1/4 cup of water, and a teaspoon of margarine, and a teaspoon of olive oil. And then also I put in there, the reason why I put water in there is because even though your cabbage is going to make some water, but I didn't have any chicken broth. It's good to put chicken broth in and just help flavor it also, but I didn't have chicken broth. So what I'm using is this chicken flavored broth base. So in the water I put 1/2 of a teaspoon of the broth base in there. And then that is ready for my cabbage. Trying to see how I'm going to manage this camera and this cabbage. Okay, so I'm going to add my cabbage in. And this is going to wilt down, so don't worry about the massiveness that you see. But I'm going to get that all stirred in and show you what it looks like when it gets wilted down. I'm just going to keep stirring until it wilts. It'll take about 5-7 minutes. I'll be back. Okay, I've gotten the cabbage going pretty good. It's wilting down, and I'll let you guys see it. As you can see, that big mound has wilted down. And I put a little bit of chili powder on it, a little bit of Lowry seasoning, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of ground pepper. I put the timer on because I had the cornbread in there. I did not want it to burn. So anyway, I'm putting a teaspoon, of sugar into the cabbage. Yes, sugar. A little bit of sweet helps a lot and makes it more savory. So I'm going to turn the timer off and just check in the oven. And the cornbread is not ready yet. So what I'm going to do is set the timer again for, let's say 6 minutes. It's already been in there for 12 minutes. I'm going to give it 6 more minutes because it's very, very light. So as you can see, this is wilting really good, and it's getting some brown and caramelization on to the cabbage. My husband likes it with a little crunch left on it. I like it soft, so I'm trying to go in between. I hope you can see the caramelization on the cabbage. So we shall see. And in a few minutes, I'm going to add the sausage and the onions in and get it all incorporated and just let the flavors meld a little bit. And Then the cornbread should be ready, and I'll show you the final plate. But I'm going to show you when I put the sausage in too. So I'll be back. Add about a teaspoon more of sugar to your cabbage. Actually, guys, just taste it as you go along. I know I'm giving you measurements, but it actually has to be to your liking. These are the seasonings that I like, but there are many, different things that people put in that they like. So I even put, which I didn't show on camera, but in there I put like 1/4 teaspoon of garlic. I just like garlic. So that's garlic powder. So I put just a little bit in there when I was sauteing the cabbage, and I missed that on camera, but just wanted to let you know. But anyway, so like a good 2 teaspoons of sugar and the garlic, and as you see, I just put the sausage in, and all those flavors are going to meld together, and it is going to be so good. Final look. Cornbread came out really good, and so did the cabbage. So I hope you enjoy yours as much as we enjoy ours.